never had a daughter, but I mean, we tried everything.
Who's we? Mike, I didn't try shit.
No,
For the record, I didn't try anything.
Not us, but me and Claire.
Mike.
Yeah. You remember Claire, but we didn't have a daughter, and we did everything. But when I don't know, Claire, she got PTSD after everything that we went through, and she's now in a home with other soldiers. Yeah.
Other soldiers.
Yeah.
This happened on base?
Yeah, it happened on base.
Well,
Germany.
Dude, again, thank you for your... I didn't realize all that happened, but thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
But enough of... Hey, welcome to Hoagie
Time, the song from last week is called Tenderness on the Block by Warren Zevon. Any of you Hoagies out there with daughters, give it a listen. It's a real tearjerker. Oh, my God. I just had a flashback to Germany.
Jesus. Thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again. Thank you again. Yeah, I was thinking, I saw something on Twitter about white people vernacular. You ever see those things pop up? Like, that white people say? And it's so fucking...
I spent so much time on my phone, dude. I've seen everything. I don't know exactly what you're talking about yet, but go into it. I'm sure I've seen it.
Could you picture a black guy saying, like, listen here, buddy?
No.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No way, dude.
Exactly. They're way too cool for that. Like, or like when it's time to leave, would you ever see like a real one say like "Let's skedaddle"? But you'd see any white dude from Havertown or Springfield say it.
Jesus,
I'd say it too. Like cup.
I don't say "Let's skedaddle." I'm way realer.
You're
way
realer
too
than
real.
that. But yeah, cup of Joe is another thing I've never heard a brother say. They're just so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, it works both ways though.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't say let's bone soak this motherfucker when I'm ready to leave
Yes,
somewhere.
You do, dude.
I
said that a million times,
yeah,
dude.
actually, I do. So I don't quite get it. But yeah, that's funny.
Newsflash, buddy.
Yeah,
You've said it.
Newsflash, buddy.
Yeah.
I saw one video and they were talking about some black dudes sitting around, and they're like, white people curse differently. Then one guy's either like, yeah, fuck, like the way we say fuck. I guess I don't know.
They say it with so much more bass, like. Fucking, like fucking. I don't know. There's a couple times like where I wish I was a black guy just to feel that like I don't know, maybe that size,
size. Just assuming.
I'm assuming their cock size
is
much bigger than mine.
Just be able to walk around with that.
Yeah, just I'm not complaining about my size. I'm okay, but it would just feel so awesome to have a 9-inch cock, like Yeah,
dude.
Like
if I had a 9-inch cock, you guys would all know it.
Like a soft 7 inches, and who knows what happens when it goes from soft. But yeah, just like when you watch mob movies, you always want to be Italian.
Speak for yourself, dude.
Yeah, you have that shit, man. But I
am, and it doesn't make me want to be anymore.
When I watch The Godfather, I'm like, fuck, man. I wish I wish I was a part of the tribe. Actually, it brings me to this weekend. Speaking of the tribe, I played for a nice Jewish family that they're the coolest people in the world. I feel such a kinship to them now. Like, I've been playing for these people for 5 years now.
What do you mean by these people, Mike? That's extremely offensive.
No, I just meant the Friedmans and the Steins.
Okay.
And I
shout out Friedmans and Steins.
Yeah, I feel such a kinship to these people that I think I might down my line have a little bit of Jewish in me. And I might, I think we should take the 23andMe or whatever.
Dude, what the fuck is holding you back?
I know.
Yeah,
I guarantee because I'm not going to go there, but I feel like I have like a kinship to them, and they're just the nicest people, man. They book me for these parties, and there's no more than 6 people there ever.
Is it cool or awkward?
It's cool because they're such cool people, and like,
or is it like a Swarthmore House concert where it's like in a small room and they're just watching you?
No, they go do their thing, which is
right,
even cooler. Like
corner.
I'm in a room by I'm in a room by myself, and they're just kind of like every once in a while requesting songs, but doing their thing. They're not like watching, but. That was this Saturday in Cherry Hill.
That's such an expensive alternative to just putting some music on your fucking phone.
I know. And I'm glad they don't, but like every time I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Put Pandora on. Hey, Alexa.
I can't be doing the songs better than they do it. So yeah, just put on Pandora or Spotify.
Hey, Alexa, Neil Diamond Pandora, please.
Yeah, so I feel like the tribe. What the fuck did she just say?
There's a real Alexa that's chiming in. Holy
Alexa
shit, dude.
just said, hey, we're going to do that,
She better know her place.
Actually, don't we need to tell her to open up the bar?
Oh, yeah, so go ahead. You guys know the command or no?
Isn't it just...
Alexa, open the bar.
Whoa.
There we go.
Whoa, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Everywhere you go.
That's a beautiful Yeah, because I noticed the lights, HT, the staging you do each week is magnificent. I just talked to my brother on the way here, and he
Was
said
it emotional?
It was emotional, yeah. But he said that he noticed how nice the set looked.
It really does look nice.
Yeah.
It translates very, very well to YouTube. And
Yeah.
if you only listen to us on Spotify or Apple or wherever,
You're missing out.
check us out on YouTube.
Yeah.
We're cute. And
like and subscribe and all that stuff.
yeah, like, subscribe, share with your friends. But yeah, the set that we're on looks beautiful. You've outdone yourselves here.
Really, it is nice.
It's also Mrs. HT that takes the credit for decorating.
Mrs.
Shout out Mrs. HT.
Mrs. Claus, yeah. But back to me being Jewish a little bit.
Yeah.
I really think so because, like, my mom's side, that literally they're from both sides are from the same block in Donegal. So nothing there. But my dad was an only child, and I don't know much about the family. So after the Barkley line, all I know, my grandfather, Orville Barkley, he was a murderer, and he did two stints in jail for murder. And there's
Real one.
Yeah, and he is a real one. And Orville Barkley, if you look it up, he was a part of a bank robbery gone bad in Chester in like the 40s or like I think the 40s or 50s, and did like 20, and then got out because my dad's mother had passed, and like right away they let him out to like raise my dad. My dad was scared this guy scared the fuck out of my dad. He didn't even know him. He was just this fucking felon that got out, and he was like, but luckily for my dad, like he passed like a year or two later. But
A lot of Delco historians actually point to that specific day as the fork in the road for Chester. It used to be a bustling seaport town.
Yeah.
Everyone will tell you that day it all started to go to shit.
Yeah, Orville, and they pinned the murder on him. But you can, if you do a search of him, you'll find that Orville Barkley and the sentence and all that. But on that's all I know. And then I know that his other side, and they're like well-to-do Lansdowne.
Uh-huh.
And,
Yeah, I followed you.
Yeah, and but other than that, like I don't know where the tree goes. But
23andMe, man. We talked, Look,
you did it, right?
yeah, I did it.
And you're what, like Somalian or
I'm
something?
0.2 Somalian.
Okay.
You bet your ass. You bet your ass. I'm the captain now. I'm the captain of the ship. I'm 0.2 Somalian. I'm 75%. I don't have to make up numbers. I'm about 75% England and like Scotland, like UK and shit, and Ireland.
Thank you. I don't
Look, first off, I'm
don't admit
100%
to any-
American.
Yeah,
I'm 100% American. Wherever my great grandfather
you went too far.
and
though.
grandmother came from,
You just went back to Jesus.
I do not. Yeah, I did. I don't identify with any of that shit.
I just
any
won't.
of that stuff.
I just won't identify.
Shout out my
with England.
ancestors, but I've never been to any of these places. I'm 72.1% Northwestern European, British and Irish.
Okay.
Ireland and UK. And then I am 20. I just fucking hit the wrong thing here. Here I go, fucking old head style.
And we'll get a
Okay,
still,
20.
we'll get a still photo of this too, and then
Yes,
flash it.
yes. 27.6% Italian. I tan
Hey,
beautifully.
mambo Italiano.
I tan beautifully.
You do. You're a little darker.
I do. And trace ancestry, 0.2% Somali.
Damn, man, you're fucking.
I
pirate.
tan beautifully.
Yeah, man. That has to be. You know what I think? I think your people were from the south of Italy, maybe Sicily, and some of the Moors.
Abruzzo,
Yeah,
specifically.
Okay. Well, some of the Moors and some of the northern African invasions, they fucked one of your grandmothers.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you got it. But
I
yeah.
tan beautifully. My
That's
beatboxing
an awesome
is
thing.
impeccable.
Yeah.
So I can say it.
Yeah, you can absolutely can say it.
And I can just recall this 23andMe.
Every
if-
time
if
you
shit
say it,
gets
just
hot.
have it on. Yeah.
If shit gets hot, the fuck you, I'll slip a punch. Like, look at it. Just look at it. And you'd be like, man, it checks out.
I've always that makes sense. No, you always had that like swagger, but like I feel like the older I get, I have a little bit of like what the Jews have. Like I'm a
Money?
little, yeah. Well, I'm savvy. Like I like to keep things within my people. Like I only really talk to my family.
You only bank through me. And I'm not
Only
even a real bank.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't really trust anyone. And I've had a lot, I've overcome struggle where I've almost been wiped out.
Several times.
Yeah, several times and came back. Who else What other people who did that? I'll
Dude,
tell you
that's
who
crazy,
did that.
man.
The Jewish.
And you don't even have any children to stick around for.
I have no children. I have no children.
You know, I think
nothing.
mine are the only things keeping me around sometimes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more in depth on the Patreon when we get that up and running. But a 5-part episode.
Yeah.
That dog's gonna kill himself.
He is going to kill himself. But yeah, there was a fantastic party with my Jewish friends, and I love them. They're great. Did you play anywhere this weekend?
I did. I had a busy week last week.
You did, yeah. You were.
I was at yeah, dude, my sleep schedule's all fucked up. I was at the Westgate Pub on Wednesday. It was a teacher appreciation type party.
You can thank me for that because I turned that gig down. And you know, you like
That's
to
my
say
move.
that. Yeah, you
That's
like
my
to say it to
move.
me. I'm so
Yeah, I
happy I
love
could
it.
say that back to you.
I love it. Well, you turned down a good one.
Thank you.
It was
awesome?
fun. Yeah, and they're going to book me again. They never had music there before with the new ownership, and
Yes.
it went great.
Sophia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It went awesome. And then Friday I was at Barnaby's in Westchester. Awesome. I love Barnaby's.
Damn,
And then
you're killing that
Saturday I
place.
was at
You're like
I was
the
at
house performer
Saxers.
there.
Yeah, man, I'm there again Friday.
Holy smokes!
Yeah, dude, I'm there
Nice.
like 3 times a month. It seems like Fridays or Saturdays. I'm there a lot.
Always a good crowd. You never have to worry about you know, a light.
They love me.
Also,
They love me.
It's a relaxing place too, though. Like for you guys to play there, it's like you get there, you're going to have a crowd anyways because it is Barnaby's Westchester. But
Yeah.
the way they set you up, they actually set you up for success. I think.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yep. And the check's always there at the end. You
They
know, gotta
love
go
me.
chasing
They
people.
were like, we've never had anyone play here
Yeah.
with your charisma.
What?
Your song selection.
What?
The kids love you. Like, this is unbelievable, man.
No one's ever said that to me there.
They say it to me all the time.
One time I played there back in the day, and I took a Xanny bar, and dude,
What does that mean? Like it's
Xan-
a
that's like
couple of them.
three. That's like three.
And normally you would break them into thirds and.
Well, yeah, you like a typical one. I don't know much about Xanax, but I know this is a 1 milligram. But a Xanny bar is 3 of those together.
So it's 3 milligrams.
Yeah, 3 milligrams, I guess. Maybe some of our Hoagies that are out there that are hooked on Xanax can comment. But I took.
Hooked on Xanax worked for me.
It worked for Tom. It sure did, man.
Email us at Hoagietimepodcast@gmail.
if you
Let
can
us
break
know
down
about,
exactly, yeah.
and we'll have you on. We need Xanax.
But I was
experts.
playing with our buddy Pat Smith, Thug Folk alum, and we were doing a duo show, and he's like, "Here, take this," and I'm like, "It was so little," so I'm like, I can do this. Like, this is nothing. It's just so tiny. He's like, "Dude,
Yeah.
be careful with that." I'm like, "No, I'm going to take it right now."
I've done things like that before
Yeah, because you look at the size
in
of
the
it.
past few weeks.
Yeah, you look at the size of it, and it's not threatening. So I took it, and within about 45 minutes, my head felt like I was in a fishbowl, and I couldn't get out. And then finally, like, I finished the set, and then I get done, and I'm like, Pat, I can't handle this. I can't. I run to the car. I couldn't even have conversations, and I just lay down in the back and I hide. Then when it came time to go on again, I went back on, and after one song, I'm like, Pat, I left the place playing. I'm like, Pat, you got to do the rest. I went not even back to the car. I went to the restaurant part and went into the booth and just laid down under the table.
Jesus Christ.
The fucking manager was there that night. Frank.
And they have cameras that
They have cameras
that see
everywhere.
everything.
They're like, what the fuck? What are you doing? I'm like, I couldn't even talk. And then finally, Pat,
sorry, I'm on drugs.
I begged Pat. I'm like, yo, you gotta cover this for me. Of course, he does like 4 songs, and the set ends like 30 minutes early.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
it's even more obvious.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you had to go. And then he saw me sleeping there. And he said something to Pat. He's like, just get him out of here. And then I didn't play there for a couple of years.
That's
after
when you
that.
start going, just trying to shit yourself. I'm sorry, I'm sick.
Dude. Yeah, dude, it was like, I can't. And since then, I'll just like, that's my Xanax story. It totally like floored me, and I just remember the feeling of I was paranoid.
On the job.
Yeah.
On the job.
I was paranoid. I couldn't talk to anybody, and my head was in a fishbowl, and I was trying to like get out of it, and I couldn't.
Wild. Not paranoid enough where you left the scene. Let me just ball up in the corner. What's it, 7 p.m.?
It was, yeah.
It's not like...
It might have been like 8 or 9, maybe,
Yeah.
but not late. But people are still eating probably. But I beelined to like a cushion, and then I laid there, and then the owner, or not the owner, but the manager was like, "What the fuck's he doing? You guys got a whole nother set." But yeah, that was very unprofessional.
Yeah, can we speak to a manager? My daughter's trying to enjoy her chicken fingers, and this man is clearly on drugs.
Oh man, those are the days.
But yeah, man, love it there. And then Saxers was awesome.
You
as
were there
usual, on
Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to. I was set up in the back, and I normally stand when I play, but I was like just trying to like be lazy and like. So I'm sitting on the bench,
Yeah, I've done that.
and the way my strumming hand was going numb by the end of the first set, like completely numb.
Diabetes.
And it was the way. Yeah,
diabetes.
I mean that's always my first thought.
Yeah.
But like it was the way I was sitting. It was cutting off circulation, so I just stood up again. And when I stand, it lets me get my hips into it and whatever.
Yeah,
there's a whole other dimension.
You have like
to
a
the show.
waddle when you play.
Well, it's a waddle isn't the sexiest word you can call it.
That's what
It's
it is.
seductive. It's not. It's kind of, it's almost like a slithery snake, but only in the hip region.
Like almost like a
Visit
Scott
our non-existent Patreon for an up close look at it.
As Shakira says,
Where I
hips
break it
don't
down.
lie, right?
No, they don't.
It's
These
like-
hips are extremely truthful.
It's the hef dog like version of a Scott Weiland snake move,
yeah,
but you're not 100 pounds.
yeah. I'm not. In my head,
Yeah.
In
You're
my
thinking
head,
it
I
looks
think
like
it's
Scott
a cool.
Weiland?
In my head, it's like Scott Weiland meets Dave Matthews.
Yeah.
But like in real life, it's like Helen Keller, and everyone's like, "This man's obviously drunk." Like,
Especially at Saxers.
I think I ended the set. I was trying to be funny. Like I was trying to like do one of the things that you do, and only you can do it. And I said something like, "Yo," and people look, and I'm like, "If anyone needs Oxy, come talk to Pop Mike." As I did this, and like no one laughed, and like that was the end of the set and whatever. And I'm thinking as I'm packing up, I'm like, there could be one or two people here like where I
Lost somebody?
coach their sons in basketball,
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
somebody was in the crowd at basketball at 8:30 a.m. and they're
Yeah.
like, oh, this is the coach, and
Yeah.
then somehow they show up at Saxers like, this guy's still awake. He plays guitar too. What the fuck's he doing?
And he was high as shit.
Now he's calling himself Pop Mike, trying to solicit oxys.
You never know also like who lost like a loved one. Like I've done some jokes like that before where like luckily I don't most of the time they go over, but you do get the look sometimes like, yo, that's not even funny, dude. Like
That's somebody
We
looking
just-
for an argument.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
That's someone that's already drunk going, yeah, my fucking boy. Like, yeah, I mean, we all know. You know, we're not making fun of that.
Right.
We're just trying to be outrageous. But it's the shit that
It's
only
the
we
outrageous-
laugh at.
yeah, exactly.
Like anyone else is just having a drink. Is like, what the fuck's he
Right.
talking about?
we both have like an outrageous kind of humor, like we like to push that because that's what's funny, and that's also
To
like,
us.
to us,
It might not be funny at all.
to everybody, but yeah, to us. And like, also, I thought of this week with like sometimes like when comics can get with racial humor, like when the black like Dave Chappelle or like and it's funny as shit. Like when they kind of have like the story about the white guy and the white voice, and sometimes like with a joke, it's not that I know like I can laugh at a joke, and if it has anything to do with race, it's more of like how ridiculous being racist is.
Yeah.
It's not about like, oh, we're laughing because we don't like the people. The joke of it is that how stupid can people be to be racist in the first place? That's how I like. What if I would feel if I heard a joke like that? I'd be like, the joke's on racism, not on. At least that's how I feel about it.
Chappelle did that for us. It's like the racial draft was the.
That was incredible.
It's the quintessential
Yeah,
thing. It's
yeah.
like he goes, he quashed. It's like, guys, it's a joke,
Yeah.
and he took every stereotype of every race.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow,
It was
And
great.
He had Bill Burr was the commentator in this.
Yeah, and he also had the fucking the blind Klansman, the black
Yes.
blind Klan. That was
That was
co-
the first episode ever.
it was legendary comedy, like and it just brings out the silliness of racism, like because when you say stupid thing and you make a joke about and you're outrageous. I always know that if race is the topic, the joke is always on how fucking dumb and stupid the people are that are being that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I thought a little deeper, and I don't know if I'm making total sense.
If somebody that's been a victim of it though
Yeah.
says that it's offensive, like that's their call. Like
Yeah.
as a white guy, like I could be like, it's just a joke,
Right.
And like it's just a joke, and like,
Right.
fucking 100%, it's just a joke, and like I get it, but like if somebody has been like confronted with that shit and it's like hurt them in their lives or something like that,
Yeah.
and they say it's too much, it's too much, and
Then-
then
yeah.
maybe stop right there, and they're probably wrong in the grand scheme of things, but like it's not my call to say, oh,
You're right.
lighten up.
You're right. It's not.
I've
But
been-
that shit is
guys,
funny.
I've been to comedy clubs and I've heard some shit. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking asshole. But you know what? He's on the stage. He has his platform. Okay, so I didn't laugh at a joke. We move
Yeah.
on because then 2 seconds later,
Yeah.
he might say the most funniest thing I've ever heard in my life, and it's like,
Yeah.
I read
Are-
I read
yeah.
something recently, and it was and one of the lines. It was talking about comedy, and it was saying the idea of it is when you go into a comedy club, it's just like this unspoken contract that you are up for anything. You are up for anything that the comedian is going to present that night and is going to be in whatever. It's really not a room where you can be, oh, that's offensive. That's no, like
and it
anything,
loses a little bit of
should go.
it loses the bite and the great thing about comedy, the shock value, but it loses that when you are going in to be offended. But like you said, like it does, it's the listener and if they went through things, but I just want to tell those people that, like, if you look a little deeper, sometimes something's flat out racist and wrong. But if you can look a little deeper and be like, is he making fun of me, the person, or is he almost making fun of the fucking ridiculous reason that's even a thing? That's even a joke, which I feel a lot of times it is. Like when you're talking about, like, some like old racist, like you posted something on Instagram about like the adult that just today about the dad that always has to say, like, this is this guy and what his nationality is or something.
Yeah.
Like the joke isn't that you agree with him. The joke is on that fucking racist dad. Like, you know what I mean? It's like that's what I find sometimes isn't spoken.
It was like the Hard Times or whatever on Instagram. I reposted it, and it was like a fake newspaper headline, and it was like,
and we'll pull this up as a still photo.
It was like, dad feels the need to identify the race of every person in the story he tells, and that's a complete dad move.
It is a complete dad move.
Black guy, and you're like, dude, that has nothing to do with anything in the story.
And it's hilarious, but it's hilarious at the goonery and the buffoonery. That's a horrible
and
word.
Buffoonery.
Yeah, and buffoonery of the dad. Like he's a simpleton for doing that. That's the joke.
I mean, I guess the idea is with every generation we move forward into like eradicating some of this bullshit, and a lot of that has to do with having to laugh at it. But then again, it's easy for somebody that hasn't been fucked over by that shit to like, oh, it's just a joke. Yeah. It could strike a chord with somebody, and if it does, that's their call to say it strikes a chord, not mine to say it doesn't. But
it's weird. Like, and it's very true. They say the arc of progress isn't straight, or it's not. It'll. I forget the exact. I'm paraphrasing, but it's that it doesn't just steadily go. There'll be kickbacks on it. Like it's just like for 30 years, and then Obama's president. And then we heard the fucking good old boys come up, and everybody pissed off. Like so it goes back a little bit, but generally over time, it is going in the right direction. Yeah, you'll have kickback for 10 years, but we're still going steadily upward in becoming better people and learning from our past mistakes and But the art, it's a great quote. Maybe we'll put that. It's like the arc of progress is always, it's still rising.
I still think, me personally, I think today we are still better off than we were when we were born. If that makes any sense. I mean, that said, we still have a lot of improving as a society.
Yeah.
But if you can't laugh at a joke, I don't care, black, white, whatever. I don't care if you can't laugh at something that's funny, that's stereotypical, because you know what? Every comedian in the world is going to go on a stereotype and say, hey, this is what this is. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, everyone's going to laugh.
Who do you think's the best comic of all time? Like Chappelle? Like, I mean, like it's got to be.
I don't
know.
Three
actually right now. Yeah. I have three. It's Jim Norton, Bill Burr, and Dave Chappelle. Because Jim Norton is probably like, he'll never admit it, but he's bisexual, whatever. He is. Yeah.
This is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, he's bisexual because
I know what I'm watching. I know what I'm looking at tonight.
Bill Burr, he doesn't give a shit. He's like, hey, this is my comedy. I'm going to call you out. And then Dave Chappelle is the same as Bill Burr, but
and you forgot to say me, but that's all right. Yeah.
Well, I have not seen you at Helium.
Thank you.
So,
no, I'll be there.
I don't have a top three.
I'll be there. I'll be there next week.
You're going to open for Pat House next year, right?
Thank you very much. I'll be there next week. So
shout out our good buddy Pat House.
Hey, we got a little Pat House shout out. I would think that you would have one that you would have.
There's comedians that I like. I don't know about like top three. I think Mitch Hedberg is unbelievable because he was so.
He's the
he was so unorthodox. I think George Carlin was unbelievable because he was so smart that some of his shit is just, it's funny because it's so, I never thought of it that way, and that's what's funny. It's not a dick joke. It's just like, that's fucking so profound, it's funny.
Yeah, right.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Fucking Patrice O'Neill. It was great. I like Bill Burr, too. I like, David Tell.
And this is why you're huge in the black community, because you do give props to your comrades.
I'm very soulful. The way I move my body, too, yeah.
Speaking of comrades, how about the Brittany Grenier and the Merchant of Death release?
This is why I love Hoagie Time. We're always going to tackle the big world
issues.
concepts. Race, international relations,
Yes.
all the Hoagies out there.
Fucking
Big shout
Hoagies
out to you.
and fucking meat, dude.
And beers.
So you know what?
I need a fresh boy.
What bothered me? Come on down, babe. Come on down. What bothered me about the whole thing is that
No hard R's.
is the people that said, What? We let that person. Like, dude, everyone's a person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's people that probably don't like Biden that were in on the negotiations also that said, like, yo, this is what we can get right now. We'll go back to the drawing table. But not one life is worth more than another life, whether you agree or disagree with the person or not. So to say to this girl went through hell. And then she's getting released to people that are saying, oh, she shouldn't have been released because of, like, she's not important.
It's too easy to be like an armchair quarterback here.
And that everybody is.
What we traded the fucking Merchant of Death for her. He was the guy that, like, any terrorist group was buying, that wanted to kill us.
Yeah.
He was buying, like, their missiles from.
But do you think if there was a chance, we would have gotten the other guy too? Like, but it didn't present itself at that time. So we saved a life, and then we can go back to the drawing table.
Yeah.
I'm just
Again, I don't know enough about it to pick it apart like everyone else. Everyone seems to be comfortable picking it apart. Yeah. I'm not going to be that. I don't know enough about it. We got her back. Whatever. There's that Marine was there too.
Right.
His family came out and said they did what they could. We understand that his release wasn't on the table at this point. It's apples and oranges. His thing's different. Yeah. Whatever. When we can get him back, we will.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so much shit that goes behind the scenes.
I'm just one of those people that'll always give, like, the benefit of the doubt and be like, yo, dude, it probably wasn't as simple as what you think. Like some dude on Facebook that's just pissed off about, like, because Brittany.
People are like, that fucking Marine.
Exactly.
Biden only traded for her because he's so woke.
Like,
he's trying to be woke. He's looking for votes.
How can you be so dumb?
Dude, Trump didn't get the guy out in his 4 years, and he was so friends with Putin or whatever. He could.
So let's jump into this real quick.
No.
I mean,
how do you?
The only reason I'm saying this is, I'm the guy that's probably right center. You guys are left center,
dude.
and again, I don't care about that. We're here having fun. We're having a podcast.
Absolutely.
She's home.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Great.
She's home.
Yeah.
The guy that we traded, all right, in my opinion, he's a piece of shit, and he should have never left American soil. But guess what? We got an American home.
And
for all we know, we shoved a tracking device up the dude's asshole before we gave him back, and like we'll always know where he is or something wild.
We got an American home.
And my point is that these people that don't know anything about the negotiations or nothing, they have all these opinions. Like, you don't think that there's all types of people involved in this that might be like not Biden's best friend that did their best and all signed off on this thing. It's not like. It's just such a fucking weak move to criticize.
They're the same people that are on Jalen Hurts' dick now. And when, like, he first got a shot, he doesn't have an arm. This guy can't do that. Like, they just don't care. It's just how toxic social media is. Yeah, everyone has a soapbox to stand on, and they're gonna have a powerful opinion one way or the other.
# whatever. All right, so we got Christmas coming up. How's that holiday?
Special time of year.
Is that number one holiday? Like, you do things with the.
Yeah, I like it the best.
Yeah, right. I mean, you got the boy, the girl, I'm sure,
Yeah, dude, it's the best. It's the fucking
stuff.
best to see the little kids, and they're so into it. And we do the Elf on the Shelf, which I swore I would never do. I think,
you gotta do all that shit when you're a kid.
You have to, man, because I was like, we didn't have that when I was a kid, so that's stupid, whatever.
Yeah.
But they really think this.
Yeah, the one
Elf flies around, and they're so honest about. Michael came up to me the other day. He's going, I know he flies.
Yeah.
I saw him the one night, and I was like, all right, dude, yeah, cool.
The wonderment,
yeah,
man.
it's the best, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
It really is, man. I like the music. I do.
What's your favorite Christmas song?
Oh, I have a few that I love. I love off the top of my head, I love Rocking Around the Christmas Tree
Dog
by Brenda
shit.
Lee.
Dog shit.
It's not dog shit, Michael. I have an impeccable ear and a sense of what's good and what's not. I love that. I love I love Frosty the Snowman.
Gay.
No, dude,
Okay,
listen
go
to
ahead.
me.
Keep going.
No, it's no soulful.
All right.
It is the fucking Darlene Love, the singer of the Ronettes.
Ronettes,
Right?
yeah,
Or,
yeah.
no, I'm wrong because that's Ronnie Spector.
Ronnie Spector.
But
yeah.
the soulful Phil Spector, the Frosty the Snowman. Like it's the
okay.
whole like Phil Spector
Yeah, like
treatment. I
that,
love
yeah.
that. I love
that
All I Want for
reverb.
Christmas Is You, but not Mariah Carey. I love that.
Yeah.
But I like the Vince Vance and the Valiants.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
the 80s like version.
You know, she makes like fucking
I saw
every
that.
year, like a ridiculous amount of money.
Like
just
5
on
or
that.
10 mil,
Yeah,
like a
it's
year.
It's a steady
Residuals.
fucking residuals. Yeah, yeah. I love Fairy Tale of New York, the Pogues. You know, We Three Kings. You know, some of the the
Oh Holy Night.
Oh,
I mean,
Holy Night.
if we're talking about
Some
like
of the-
classic melodies, yeah.
like some of the non-secular ones. Some of the Christian ones are great, man. We Three Kings. Oh Holy Night. I of course, you know, I hate like to always be the downer, but is there like there's a sense of sadness around Christmas sometimes. Do you feel it? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Dude, I always feel sad. I always feel so many
Yeah.
complex emotions.
Thank you.
That like if the 51% happy of me wins out against
Yeah.
the 49% sad,
Yeah.
then
It's like
Then we're cooking.
I remember memories and stuff, and like just all of the happiness and like wonderment and all that always brings like a sense of melancholy over me, like past things lost and love and direction in life. Like,
Dude,
I tend to get a little sad. I don't know.
does melancholy, serious question,
Yeah.
does melancholy mean sadness?
Yeah, it means like a general like malaise, like kind of like. Like
does
a-
malaise
It's like lack
mean?
of happiness. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
It's
it
like
is,
it's like
lack
a
of
steady
happiness.
like.
Because I've heard the word.
Yeah,
I've just never really
melancholy's like a
cozied up
steady,
to
like,
it. I don't know what it means.
Like a steady ho hum. It's like just a steady feeling of being down.
If you have Spotify or Apple Music, highly recommend you check out the Phil Spector
Yeah.
Christmas album. Like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's like Darlene Love. It's like the Ronettes. It's
Yeah.
that wall of sound production where everything just sounds
And
so
it's
epic,
heavy
and timeless,
reverb, yeah.
but just beautiful and great versions of songs. Yeah, if you're not like growing up, we always listened to the Nat King Cole album.
Yeah.
I remember my dad had a white cassette tape of it. We listened to that every Christmas as we opened presents. So like that has a special place in my heart. I remember being in like 8th grade when the Mariah Carey Christmas album came out, and like that song, that All I Want for Christmas Is You, was so gigantic.
Yeah.
And everything else on that album was so well done. Like I love that too. And then a few years ago, I was going through like I don't know. Sometimes I'll Google greatest albums to sleep to or greatest headphone albums of all time, like
Right,
that
where
are
you're
that are
hearing all this stuff.
mixed like really
Yeah.
nice, and great Christmas albums of all. Like I'll do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But something turned me on to check out this Phil Spector album.
Yeah.
And it's so fun to listen to because it has that classic dusty old
Yeah.
Be My
But
Baby
you hit the nail on
style.
the head right there.
Yeah.
It's a fun album to listen to. It's
Yeah.
nothing. Oh, hey, it's this epic piece of music. No, it's a fun album to listen to.
Yeah.
And one thing I really like about Christmas songs is they feel like snapshots in time. And I mean especially the old versions of shit. Like the Burl Ives and Dasher and Dan.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you brings
Brings you back
people,
to that like Charlie Brown kind of stuff. You
dude.
know?
Like,
yeah.
I don't know if it's like the arrangements or like the way that the strings are written, or like just the way that it sounds like it's jumping off of an old dusty vinyl record. It
And
just
there's a
sounds
hiss.
old.
There's like a
that
hiss. Yeah.
Yes. And there's like always like background vocals, and there's some chick singing impossibly high,
Yeah.
like in the background, and it just sounds so
And
timeless.
it's human, because back then they didn't really have the recording techniques that
Everything
they
was
do now.
like one
So
take
like
in one
there
big
is-
room.
There might be a harmony that's a little off, and then the one that's fucking right on, and like they just kind of
Yeah.
like they covered it up a little bit, but you hear those intonations of maybe like the human element and the hiss.
Yeah.
It's that's very true.
But like remakes of Christmas songs, cool, whatever. But like the songs that are like were the staples and still are.
Yeah.
Like they're recorded in like the 40s or early 50s, and they're still the core of what we listen to.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Such a snapshot in time.
Yeah, it'd be amazing if I don't kill myself this Christmas. And I
Wow.
feel that every Christmas, actually.
Just wait until mid-January. Let us get through the holidays.
When I got my new job, right, my family,
The lack of a laugh concerns me.
and I finally got insurance.
Fuck, man.
I finally got insurance. My family said, please, like, we're happy you got a job, but don't go to the doctor right away because we want to enjoy this for at least a year before we find out you have cancer or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
They said that to you?
Yeah, they say things like that to me. Yeah,
Jesus
but
Christ.
but
Lay off, guys.
yeah,
Well,
it's
that's a
Christmas.
Barkley family Christmas
It's
for you right
it's
there.
Christmas. I remember a gift.
Christmas time is here.
I remember not getting a gift when I was a kid,
Oh, I'm going to be triggered by this, dude.
And-
Fuck.
and all I wanted was this Ghostbuster house, right? And I kept saying, "Mom, I know I'm gonna get it. I know I'm gonna," and like it was fucking sold out everywhere. So my mom's like, well, sometimes trying to teach me lessons. Like sometimes, you don't get everything that you want. And I'm like, but I know Santa's got this for me. But like she checked out and nothing. I wake up Christmas morning. Right, I know the Ghostbuster house there. It's not there. Like I'm crushed. My mom, I can still see her start like crying and running into the other room, and then so like I totally ruined the Christmas for them because I thought Santa, but I
Yeah, dude.
but I remember, but I like 2 or 3 days after Christmas we I went over to a neighbor's house and he was putting one together and I'm like, oh, it's so cool that you have one. That my mom had found it or something like 2 or 3 days later, and I ended up getting it by like January 1st. But she really dropped the ball.
Yeah, man, dude, being a dad really saved Christmas for me.
Yeah.
Because now I'm so excited that my kids are so excited. But before kids, dude, Christmas would just remind me of like all the disappointment every fucking year.
That's where I'm at.
Every fucking year, dude.
Yeah.
And it's not about material things. It shouldn't be.
No, it never is. It's
It
more-
shouldn't be, but like
It's memories.
when
it's more
Nintendo
like-
came out and like all my friends at school were getting Nintendo and playing Mario Brothers, that's when I got an Atari. When Sega Genesis came out, that's when I got the Nintendo. When Reebok blacktop shoes came out, and I really wanted them,
You got
with like the
Asics.
Hexalite, I got K Swiss with not the honeycomb shit that the fucking shoes I wanted. It was
Yeah.
like some like beat off like
You're always the fucking like the generic
always,
brand.
dude. And the only thing worse than like being like made fun of for like having like old beat up shit that sucks is having brand new beat up shit that sucks. Brand new
You
shit.
Still,
Not even a
You
hand me
still
down.
look fresh, but
Not
not
even a
really,
hand-me-down.
yeah. But yeah, the newest Bradleys.
The newest fucking Pro Wings, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking Bradleys, dude. Yeah.
And it shouldn't be about that. It should not be about that. I get it. And like triple fat goose coats came out. And like
You got like 3 sweatshirts.
yeah, just layer them up. I didn't get a triple fat goose coat, but we went to Burlington Coat Factory and we got like fucking
One of the great landmarks of Delaware County.
it was like double husky albatross. Like it was like whatever B level. The double husky albatross.
Dude, I
not the
feel so
triple fat
bad
goose.
for young half.
Dude. And I was fat on top. I had no self-esteem to begin with. Just give me some toys. Like give me what I want. Like let me have that one day, man. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, not
But
parents did what they could, but you
Yeah,
know,
you
I've
made
no,
it.
I've no
you
triumph.
started from the bottom, now you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, who's mad because everything that's happened in my life has brought me here right now.
Yeah, to Hoagie time.
To the Hoagie Time Studios here in deep Delco.
And that's what's
Man.
important. So we want to say Merry Christmas. We have a Christmas episode coming up next week.
We're talking about it. I hope it comes together.
We're
Yeah.
gonna figure something out. Whether it's just
Do you
hats.
think the jolly old man will be there?
Yeah.
He's going to be there, and he's going to have some gifts and some toys for all.
Now,
so.
we typically, I'm going to share this out. We typically like to work by publicly giving ourselves a deadline, acting like we have something set in stone, and that lights the fire under our ass to do it.
Boom, it's been said.
It's been said.
Can't unsay what's been said.
We'll figure it out in the meantime, but not a whole lot of details right now, but we would like to do a special Christmas episode for you Hoagies out there.
Let's do it. Talk to you guys next week.
Hell yeah.